Good morning, everyone. I'm going to do a presentation today. The presentation is about innovation. And firstly, let's look at today's basic outline of the presentation. Firstly, I will give some definitions about innovation, and then after that, my own understanding about innovation will be introduced. And then the third point is a main point. And I will introduce social issues, and also use a solution to give some details about how does this solution to solve the issues. And then I will also say why and what is innovative point of the solution. And at the last part, I will compare this solution with a normal solution. And also I will use a framework to compare these two solutions. Now let's have a look at the definition of innovation. Innovation, this word is kind of abstract, so it is hard to be defined completely right. But let's look at some definitions from the English dictionary. Innovation is introduction of new things or methods, and there's some other understanding from business dictionary. In the business dictionary, the definition of innovation is a process of translating an idea or invention into a good or services that can create value which is customer will buy. So as these two different definition, we can see innovation can be defined a little bit differently when it's in different situation. And now let's have a look some my own understanding about innovation. As I said before, innovation can be defined differently when it is in different situations, and also different people can understand differently for this word. But the key concept of all of the definition of innovation is unusual and distinctive, because innovation idea, whatever is an idea or activities, our innovations is different from the normal ideas, and it is mean develop a school of one's own, and also good innovation can be revolutionary. It can make a huge change to the world or to an organization or even for our own person. Now let's have a look at what issues we're going to talk about today. It is an issue about education in China. There is a huge education distance in China. It means some people have very high level of education and they can private very good intelligence and their abilities, skills to the society and the world. But some others, they haven't get any education, so their skills and abilities cannot be used fully, and it will give the government and the country need some special support for them, and they are going to pull down the economic growth and development. Now let's have a look at my solutions. My solution is to control the population in China. As we know, China is a very huge country, and currently China population is about 1.5 billions. That is a very, very big number, and makes Chinese government is very hard to educate everyone in China, and the cost of manage the peoples and educate people is very hard. Therefore, if the population can be reduced, then the difficulty of managing people and educate people will be reduced. Our topic is about innovation today, so I'm going to list out 3 different innovative points of the solution. Therefore, to explain why the population control solution is innovative. First one. Population control method is going to solve the issues from the reason and the origin of the issues. It's worked very the things is very easy to understand why it is work to solve the question. And the second one is this method is different from the normal method, because the normal method, which is we are using to increase education popularizing rate, is to educate the people who haven't got educations. But that is very hard, and there will be a huge cost and resources used. And the third one is population control is similar with China's one-child policy. Someone will say one-child policy is similar with my aim with control populations, but we can see it is an innovative thinking of new function of using of one-child policy, because the initial objective of one-child policy is not to increase education popularizing rate. And then next, and now I'm going to compare the two methods, normal method and the population control method. I'm going to use a framework to compare these two methods. There are three different requirements I will use. First one is creativity, is how creative is this method. And then the second one is attractiveness, is how this method attract people and government to use it. And then the third one is feasibility, is about can we actually active this method or this plan. And there are 3 marks for each factors, for each requirement, totally 9 marks for one solution. So let's compare it now. First one is creativity. Population control is a little bit creativity. So I'm going to give 1 mark for this one. It is not very high mark, but it's because China already has a one-child policy, so it's similar with my aim. That's why the mark is not high. But the normal method is just educate people directly. It is not creative idea, so I gave a 0 mark for this one. And then second factor is attractiveness. Is I gave 2 marks for population control, because this method will solve the issues very clearly. How that there is very clearly shows how does this method work. And also the biggest advantage of this method is it will avoid the biggest difficulty, which is the cost and resources used, the huge cost that normal method will use. So that point will attract government to use this method. So I gave it 2 mark for this one. And also I gave it the same 2 mark for normal method, because we still need to educate people who is living now. We cannot wait too long time until the population can be controlled. And the third factor is feasibility. I gave 3 marks for population control and 2 marks for normal method. It is a very high mark for population control, because this method is really easy to use, easy to active. There is very little cost of the government to active this plan. So and also I gave 2 marks for normal method, which is a little bit lower than population control. So now let's add all the marks together. Population control gets 1 mark from activity, 2 marks from attractiveness, and 3rd mark from feasibility. So totally is 6 marks. 6 out of 9. And the normal method gets 0 marks from creativity, 2 marks from attractiveness, 2 marks from feasibility, and totally is 4 of 9. So after the comparison, the population can choose get a higher mark, so therefore it is a more innovative method compared with normal methods. And that is all for today's presentation. And this is the reference list that I used during the presentation. And thanks for listening.